Salute. Welcome to the Real Big Fruit Podcast. I am your host, Big Fruit, the Michael Jordan of Record, also known as the voice of the streets on YouTube. Happy Sunday, peoples. Happy Sunday. Yes, it is a Sunday, and it is not Sunday brunch, but it is a Sunday. And on a Sunday, we're going to do it right with the LG story behind the scenes, what we didn't mention. And this one gonna hit a little different because this one is titled Episode 4, R.I.P. Black Poo. We didn't mention Black Poo too much on the LG story. I know that for a fact. We didn't do that because if we would have did it, we would have did it right. I know if I would have did it, I would have did it right. So today I'm gonna do it right. Now, when it comes to the homie Black Poo, man, I'm getting a lot of love. A lot of people reaching out to me. A lot of people were surprised. They didn't even know the homie was deceased. But it's ill because Black Poo was maybe 2 generations above me. He was out of 456. Black. I think Pooh was bow-legged too, right? Kind of chubby, bow-legged dude. I remember he used to have the 360 waves and shit back in the days when we were shorties. Now, like I said, he 2 generations above me. But Pooh was outside early. It was a bunch of them dudes out of that building, 456 on decap, that was out the house early. Pooh was one of them. Shout out to my man Black Pop on the first floor, a.k.a. Mr. James Taylor. I used to see him and Pooh together. Now, they was out the house early, so I come to find out about Pooh moving and grooving because when I came out the house, and I used to run into dudes. Remember, I used to be around dudes older than me. So when I started running into dudes in Sparfit and Rikers Island and all that stupid shit, they always knew Black Poo. Yo, that dude Black Poo from your projects. Pooh this, Pooh that. Oh, shit. So I come to know Pooh did the DFY, the Sparfit, the juvenile bids and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Pooh was out there. Pooh did his thing in Midtown. Pooh's always out there. Pooh took money in mid. When everybody started hustling, Pooh was hustling in the projects. Dudes started going out of town. Pooh was going out of town. Now, I really started to recognize Pooh on some hustling shit when he was in 456. I think he had moved from the 2nd floor to the 20th floor, or the 20th floor to the 2nd floor. I can't get which way it happened. But Pooh used to live on 2 different floors, if I'm not mistaken, in one building. But it came a time when he was hustling. And he had this light-skinned girl out of Coney Island. Shout out to the twins. What are they? Pleasure and Treasure. That's the name of the twins, something like that. Light-skinned girls, heavy on the jewelry out of Coney Island, Brooklyn. They was coming through LG, checking for Pooh and the homie Micah. Some shit was going on. Micah used to mess with one girl. Pooh was messing with some crazy shit was going on. Like I said, them dudes was older than me. I wasn't in their business, but from the outside looking in, that's what was going on. These girls, Treasure and Pleasure, that's what put Pooh on the map with the hustling shit for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? That he stood out with that. So now, but what I always recognized about Pooh wasn't one of them dudes in LG on the bench getting into beef with niggas. Like, I never knew Pooh to have a problem with nobody in Lafayette Gardens. I swear to you, son. There is no legendary story about Pooh having a beef with a motherfucker. Not for me. Like, I don't remember Pooh being that guy. Pooh was just a smooth dude, wanted to get money, talk a little shit, mess with broads. Like, I don't know Pooh for no crazy shit. And I don't know Pooh for, like, setting up shop in LG, like 456, man. Listen, man, one time we used to call that shit 450 WIC. It was like the WIC building, the welfare building. So you can imagine how much crack and drug money was in that building. That was like the Carter. One building was like the Carter in LG. And Pooh was in that building. And so was a bunch of other motherfuckers that learned how to sell drugs. Like, they started in that building, bro. And I guess that's where he got his hustle up. But other than that building, I never known Pooh to be around LG doing anything. When everybody was going to Midtown, I seen that nigga jumping off the train with everybody else with a roll in his clothes. Like, but hustling, nah. I think Pooh's doing this thing out of town for quite some time. And that's what led to his untimely demise, man. And I will never forget. Like, I just told you what type of dude Pooh was. Pooh was well liked. Pooh was well loved. Pooh was well respected in LG and outside of LG. I never met nobody that knew him that had anything bad to say. No one. Absolutely no one. You know what I'm saying? So I will never forget that day in 1991. It was early 91. Now, I'm going to even go back before his demise, man, because I got a story about Pooh. Pooh might have saved my motherfucking life, man. I remember right before Pooh had passed away, it was early 91. Me and the boy Kevin Ellis, rest in peace, Kevin Ellis. Me and the boy Kevin Ellis was clashing. We was bumping heads over chicks. That's my word, so this is some funny shit, man. I was checking for two chicks. And for some reason, he was behind me checking for the same two chicks. So that shit was like, the first time it was like, oh, this nigga bugging. The second time I was like, yo, this nigga really bugging. So he thinks I'm sweet. Like, I got to check this nigga. And that's what happened. And it was a night in front of 456. It was a winning night. I'll never forget. Me, I think my boy Sleep was with me. Some other motherfuckers. We was all out there. And I was gripped up. Kevin Ellis came through. He was with Pooh. He was gripped up. And we had a standoff. Like, real talk, we had a standoff. We had some words. We was both gripped up. And Pooh, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Kevin Ellis, too. That was my boy. Pooh stepped in between us. Like, yo, y'all niggas is bugging. I will never forget this, son. Because prior to that, Nate Cash, rest in peace, big homie, had just lost his life. Nate Cash had just passed away. And when me and him had this standoff in front of 456 gripped up that night, Pooh jumped in the middle of that shit and was like, yo, y'all niggas is bugging. We itching the pot. He G-checked us. He was like, yo, y'all about to kill each other over a chick. Like, he went in, son. Like, he made both of us feel this small that night. Like, he G-checked us. Not only did he G-check us, he might have saved both our lives. Because don't nobody know how that shit would have went down. Like, we was itching the pot. We was both on 100. Pooh was like, yo, y'all niggas is bugging. He G-checked it. Like I said, he was 2 generations above me, so he was the OG. So when he said what he had to say, I was supposed to listen. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget that. And I always say, yo, Pooh might have saved my fucking life that day. Because he could have got the best of me. Like, word, Pooh could have saved my life that day. So rest in peace to the homie Pooh. I'll never forget that. And then it's ill because right after that, bro, it couldn't have been a matter of weeks, man. We was in that same fucking lobby in 456 decal. Rest in peace, Dad. That's Tawana and Little Wizzo mom. Rest in peace, Little Wizzo. Dad came in the building and was like, yo, y'all seen Miss Lucy? Now, Miss Lucy, that's Pooh grandmama. Rest in peace, Miss Lucy. She said, y'all seen Miss Lucy? So we all like, we in a building hustling, smoking weed, eating White Castles and shit. We like, nah, what's going on? She was like, yo, she just went to the morgue to identify Pooh's body. And we all sitting there like that. What? Now I'm going to stop right there, right? And I'm going to take it back. You see how we was sitting in that lobby? And Deb came in there and said, yo, Miss Lucy just went to the morgue to identify Pooh's body. She said that to us right there in that lobby. It might have been a day or two before that. We were right there in that lobby. And we watched Pooh pull up in the car. Yo, what up, son? Yo, what's up, Pooh? Yeah, he talking shit because he was older than us. He was talking this slick shit, and he was getting a piece of change. He was letting us know we wasn't getting no real change compared to him. He was fronting on us. But he was like, yo, he ran upstairs, came back down, and was like, yo, I'm about to jump the car. I got to drive a nigga who take me out of town, do what I do. All right, so look. He bounced. Now, fast forward. We standing in that same lobby looking stupid. What you mean? She went to identify his body. We just saw Pooh jump in the car 2 days ago. Nigga drive him out of town. Listen, bro. They found the homie Pooh body in Central Park. Stripped naked. Gold teeth out his mouth. All types of crazy shit, man. Some real Jeffrey Dahmer shit, man. Some real fucked up shit, man. And we couldn't believe that because we watched him get in the car with this motherfucker and leave. The hood seen that. The streets seen that. Oh, shit. This nigga flipped. Yeah, man. Lo and behold, man, the driver. It is what it is. And I had to do my research. I had to get it right because this story, rest in peace, Pooh. Rest in peace, Miss Lucy. This story ventures off into some other shit and it's behind the scenes and I'm going to give it to you. So I had to do my research. I had to do some reading. I had to make sure shit was right and exact before I repeat it. But I'm going to give it to you because it's public information. And if you know, you know. And if you do your homework like I did mine, you would understand what I'm telling you. Do your homework. Don't just believe everything you hear. You know what I'm saying? Believe half of what you see, even if it's quoted by me. You know what I'm saying? But it's real. Now, when Pooh jumped in the car with this dude was a known crackhead in the hood. So he was a driver. Pooh was using him as a driver. And Pooh never made it to where he had to go, my man. You never got Pooh where he was supposed to go. How the hell was that man's body stripped naked, shot, killed, and found in Central Park? Like, yo, nah, son. You out of pocket. And the hood felt that way. The streets felt that way. And then the motherfucker just popped back up in LG like nothing never happened. Like he was good money. I don't know what he was thinking. But he was out of pocket, son. And I told you what type of person Pooh was. So it was a different type of energy, bro. It was a different type of energy. Pooh wasn't a troublemaker. Pooh wasn't a loudmouth motherfucker. It was a different type of energy, bro. That loss was a different type of energy and the way it happened. You understand what I'm saying? Body strip, Central Park, crazy shit in the newspaper, grandmoms, historical figure in the projects, got to go identify the body. It was too much. It was too much, man, to the point where some people that didn't even know this are hearing it saying, yo, what? Yeah, it was too much. It was too much, right? It was too much. So now, homie, the driver, he walking around LG like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? But he getting vibes. I think one or two dudes tried to run down on him, pick him off, but it wasn't right and exact. So he was getting vibes. And he finally got it. He caught it. You know, I always say, man, certain dudes will leave you on the back exit, right? Yeah, he finally caught it, man. I think they left him in the elevator, the back exit in the building. He got it. And it was a breath of fresh air. I hate to say it, bro, but it was a breath of fresh air back in Lafayette Gardens when he got it because everybody knew why he got it. Like, you got, you know what I'm saying? It's called karma. You do dirt, you get dirt. You took a good one from Lafayette Gardens and you had to pay for that. So he got it. But the ill shit was this. When he got it, I think his murder went unsolved for about 10 years. For about 10 years, if not more. And this is where the story changes. I really don't like to talk about the other nigga. But I'm going to keep it 100. Boo Flair, the other nigga. He's the one who put homie down. And I never knew that until 2016 when CMB go to trial and Boo Flair confesses to his killings and to the things he did. Like, that shit was crazy. You heard him on saying lies like, yo, 19 bodies, I'm a serial killer, so he say. But this one, because nobody never knew that shit. Like, wow. When he confessed to that, that shit was like, wow. Yeah. That shit was crazy. He confessed to that. He said, yo, I did that. And I think everybody was shocked and amazed when he said that because, like I said, 10 years or more, nobody never knew that. And when he put the dude down, the dude was the uncle to his girlfriend. So he went 10, 15 years without his girlfriend knowing he put her uncle down. Yo, listen, I'm telling you, this shit is a movie. This shit played out in the federal courts at the CMB trial. This shit is crazy. This ain't no cap. This is live shit. Do your homework. Don't believe everything you hear. Only believe half of what you see, even if it's quoted by me. Listen, do your homework. When Boo Flair, the other nigga, flipped on CMB and testified and confessed to his how many murders that makes him this so-called serial killer that he said he is on St. Laz, when he confessed to that one, that shit rocked the courtroom. This shit was a movie. Like, yo, he did that? His girlfriend had to hear him say that. Her family had to look her in the face like, yo, you been with this nigga all this time and he did that? Yo, this shit was a movie back home in Lafayette Gardens, son. Word. This shit was a movie. And it all goes back to Black Poo, man. Motherfuckers did Pooh wrong, man. Pooh ain't deserve that. Pooh ain't deserve that. But yeah, man, this the shit we didn't mention. This the shit we didn't mention. And it's a movie, man. You know, I try to avoid talking about the other nigga, Boo Flair. I try to avoid that, you know what I'm saying, because he did what he did, and that shit is crazy. But at the end of the day, if we got to talk about Pooh, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you the real. Boo Flair said, yo, I did that. And that shit blew everybody's mind. Nobody knew he did that. See, this is another thing I want to point out to you. When that happened, think about the time that happened. Early 91. Dudes is 15, 16 years old. Doing their own thing. And for quite some time, you could hear the echoes in the projects. Yo, CMB did that. Or them little dudes did that. And the reality of it was no one did that as a crew. No one did that as a clique. No one did that as a team. Dudes was venturing off on their own, doing shit, not saying nothing to each other about it. And then years later, everybody was held accountable for shit. Because if that would have been a case they stamped on CMB, CMB would have had to hold that, world would have had to hold that down. if he wouldn't have confessed to that. They'd be like, yo, World and eBay did that too. They would have had to hold that down. Cause of shit like that. Like homie said, yo, I did that. Everybody, that shit blew everybody's mind. Like, yo, you mean to tell me you in and out of this girl crib, you caught the nigga coming in the crib and just left him there and nobody never knew? That's a movie, man. Yeah, man. Lafayette Gardens was real. And I'm giving you this shit because it's the stuff we didn't mention, and it is in black and white. The other nigga, Boo Flair, he confessed to that shit. I had to read it. Like, I had to get on my phone, do my research. And y'all gonna do y'all's. I had to read it like, yo, he confessed to that. I had to make my phone calls. Yo, you was at the trial. Yo, son, that shit was a movie in the courtroom. Word, what happened? Yo, nobody knew. Shit was crazy. Listen, man, it's so much more I can give y'all about that trial that we didn't mention. That's a fact. It's in black and white. Shit is crazy. But like I said, it's all about Pooh. So rest in peace, Black Poo, man. You was a good one. And you didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that. But like I say, man, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. They did Pooh dirty and they got what their hand called for. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think anybody really lost no sleep over that one because, Pooh was a real one, man. I remember going to Pooh wake. Yeah. Pooh service was on Notion and Gates. Me and Wise went to see Pooh together. Word. Me and Wise went to go see Pooh. Funny shit is, I think we ran into some Notion Avenue dudes, and Wise, I think Sambo or somebody had a beef with Notion Avenue at the time with Shawnee Bird and shit and some stupid shit. But I remember that night we went to see Pooh, man. Rest in peace, Pooh. Pooh was a good one, and he didn't deserve to lose his life the way he did, man. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Miss Lucy. She was good people. And shout out to his brother Nunu. Yo, his brother Nunu was smooth, man. I always called Nunu Quiet Money because he was an LG dude. You wouldn't have knew it. He ain't fuck with LG. I always seen him in passing, coming and going, coming and going. You know what I'm saying? But he used to interact with a family member of mine, so I knew who he is. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Nunu. That was the people's word of the mother. Rest in peace, Big Black. That was my guy. That's the big bro. Big Black, 1 and 3 Black. I used to call him 1 and 3 Black. That's Pooh Big Brother. Know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. Yeah, I just wanted to jump on here and do this episode 4. Rest in peace, Black Poo. The LG story behind the scenes continues. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. This was for Pooh. And this was for all those back home in Lafayette Gardens, especially those in 456, man. This was for y'all, because I know how y'all felt about Pooh. Pooh was a real one. Y'all had love for Pooh. You know what I'm saying? So this was for y'all. On deck next, y'all know what it is. Pretty Boy Star. Yeah, I'm going to do the Pretty Boy Star episode. It ain't going to be no smoke. It ain't going to be no smoke. Because at the end of the day, that was my guy. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't going to be no smoke. Y'all heard all the smoke. So now I'm going to give y'all the stuff what we didn't mention. That's my guy. I'm going to do Pretty Boy Star right. You know what I'm saying? So that's on deck next. Y'all stay tuned. We got Pretty Boy Star coming up next. Episode 5. The LG behind the scenes, what we didn't mention. But right now, you are watching the LG story behind the scenes, what we didn't mention. Episode 4. Rest in peace, Black Poo. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Pooh, you was a real one. This one for you. Rest in peace. And this is your boy Big Fruit. I'm up out of here. Salute.